What is going on, FG3000? Back in the place to be, and in today's video we taking a look at STARSEED, the newest game brought to you by Com2, or is it? Now I know some of you guys out there were somewhat looking forward to this release because let's be real, Com2 US, even though in my opinion it's been miss after miss since Summoner's War, they're still a big enough company that when they release a game, people pay attention. However, I gotta say this game does not warrant that attention because it was not developed by Com2 US. It was actually developed by Joy City. If you know anything about Joy City, that should evaporate any excitement you have for this game whatsoever, because Joy City is not the type of company that's trying to make groundbreaking or innovative games. No. They are very derivative, they're very safe. Basically, Joy City in a nutshell is just trying to make the maximum amount of money with the least amount of effort. Now I know you can subscribe that to a lot of different companies out there. Joy City is not unique in that. And most importantly, it doesn't actually mean that their games are bad. All right, just because a game isn't innovative, just because it's not groundbreaking, just because they ain't pushing envelopes. You had that right there for this video, FG. Yeah, it's a prop. Just because they ain't pushing envelopes. Look at these Joy City games. Look how stiff, look how steel this envelope is. Ain't being pushed at all. Just because they're not the type of company to do that doesn't mean they're bad games. But I would argue that it does make their games forgettable. So let's go ahead and jump on into the game. I'll tell you all about it, but I feel like now that you know that this game is not actually developed by the Summoner's War squad and is brought to you by Joy City, when you look at the game from that lens, it all makes more sense. It all makes way more sense. So let's take a look at some of the characters here, right? Once again, nothing wrong with these characters. That's a fine waifu, a ginger two-hand sworded waifu, you love that. A multi-sword magic waifu, like all of these characters we've definitely seen before. The designs aren't bad, but they're just you know what I mean? Like they're just meh. And not in a bad way, man. It's just like, oh, I've definitely seen a lolly pirate waifu with a gun before. This is just another one, right? Now, I don't know this for a fact. I saw someone post it on Reddit, and of course, Reddit, but someone said that they felt like the characters were made by AI. I don't have any proof of that whatsoever, but I will say this. If it turned out to be true, I'd go, yeah, I can see it, right? I can see it. I can see it. Versus, like, think about it like this. If someone told you, like, Zenless Zone Zero characters were made by AI, you'd be like, wow, AI's come a long way. But if someone told you this character is made by AI, you'd be like, yeah, I can see that. I can see it. I do like a punchy waifu, though. That's the only waifu that got my attention. Holla! All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay, right? So first things first, this game is an idle game. So as you're offline, you're gonna accrue resources. Of course, I got gold, EXP, gear, all that good stuff. Claim your little idle rewards and keep it moving. The further you push your stages, the better your idle rewards are, right? So let's go ahead and do a little bit of combat here. The game has plenty of quality of life. We'll go ahead and leave that loading screen in. I guess the loading screen's over. Plenty of quality of life. You can make the game automatically grab your most powerful people or grab the characters that have the best elemental advantage against your enemies, which is always nice. That's the loading screen I want to keep in there. We'll leave it in. How's it feel? Not too bad. Now, again, going back to the fact that this is Joy City. So they're not really trying to break the budget with their backgrounds. Like, look at the backgrounds. All of the backgrounds are just as bland and just as forgettable as the one you see here. The ultimates are cool. Like, don't get it twisted. I do think some of the ultimates are cool. You're not going to watch them too often, but they're good ultimates, right? Go ahead and have our ginger bootleg squall waifu going at it, dude. I love a good pistol. Wait, what? A gun blade? I was gonna say call it a pistol blade. I guess you can't have a pistol blade. But here are a few of the ultimates here. You can, of course, turn off the ultimates. Very, very nice. And there you go. That is combat here in the world of STARSEED. Once again, not bad, but not great, anything like that. You do have a nice little quality of life, which is auto battle, which is better, probably better described as continuous battle. The game will continue pushing stages until you get to a stage where you're defeated, or you get to a stage that has story for some reason. Every single time there's a story, your auto battle or your continuous battle stops. I don't like that, but it's not the end of the world. But that is combat here in the world of STARSEED. You know, pretty normal. Your character's gonna do attacks, they're gonna do special skills, they'll build up their ultimates, they'll do some damage. Rinse and repitan. So that's going to be your main story, aka operation. If you click on campaign, these are going to be all your auxiliary gameplay modes, and you're going to recognize all your usual suspects, right? You got your data tower, which is going to be, or your data tower, whatever you want, which is going to be your endless tower mode. You have simulator, which is like training. I hate these. They're good rewards, so you can see I ain't done none of them. I hate training modes, but there you go. You got your training mode there. You have supply search, which is going to be your tried and true daily resource grinds. One thing I do like here is the quality of life. Now, like I mentioned several times in this video, Joy City isn't going to innovate much much, but they will add various quality of life and refinements like this bulk sweep. I like this bulk sweep feature right here, right? So you don't have to individually sweep your daily resource grinds. You can just go right over here, do bulk sweep, and just sweep them all at the same time. You love that. Beyond that, you have your typical daily resource grinds, which allow you to break through your characters. You have arena, of course. I've already done my 3 entries for today. I'll pay for one real quick, just so you can see that it's pretty much nothing. Now you can go into the combat if you want to. I'm a quick battle kind of guy right here. Quick battle, take your rewards and keep it moving. So that's arena. Once again, very straightforward. The higher your rank, the higher your item rewards. That'll give you arena tokens that you can then spend in the shop. It looks like once you get to chapter 1260, you're gonna unlock team arena as well. You have special ops, which are gonna allow you to fight these big boss encounters. We'll show you what that looks like real quick. But again, when I fight like big bosses in gacha games, that's kind of like the most fun that I have watching my characters do stuff, right? You know, we some auto game players over here. So you have to have, I don't know, something that just looks cool to fight. Cassandra over here is kind of meh. Like this is like a raid boss, right? I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. There, and of course, you go next stage, next stage, next stage, until you finally hit a stage where your power is a little bit more appropriate for versus what you're fighting. Right now I'm on stage 3 because I haven't really paid too much attention to that. You also have World Raid, which is not spawned at the moment, unfortunately, and then guild content, as you can see here. Now, purposely, I was in a guild, but I left the guild so I can show you what guilds look like. So if you go over here to guilds, right? Unfortunately, I think that either 1, this game isn't super popular right now, or number 2, they just released way too many servers. But you can see every single one of these guilds here basically only has like 1 or 2 people in it. Like 1 or 2 people in it. You almost never see that. Like there's like barely any guilds with any people in it. So what that basically tells me is everyone's just making a guild themselves, like making a guild for just them, just so they can do like their dailies and whatnot, because that is it. Now it could just be because number 1, maybe the game is not popular, or maybe I'm just on a dead server. There's definitely not 30,000 servers, right? But I don't know how many servers are actually in the game at the moment. So maybe that's what it is. But right now, dude, when it comes to like other players to play with, it is pretty much dead. But I'll go ahead and, hey man, let me in the White Raven Guild. We in the guild. Very, very nice. So once you're inside of a guild, you can check in. Very straightforward. You can add support. Here you go. Here's some Cash App currency for you. There you go. You can have all that Cash App currency, my friend, if you ever come back to this guild. But very straightforward, right? When you come to the guild, you check in. There's also some guild content here. We'll go ahead and fight this guild boss. Toxic Fireproof Mutant is the name of the guild raid boss that, once again, it's just not really excited. I'm not really looking forward to fighting this little pincer beast at all. But there you go. That is a Toxic Fireproof Mutant, which is the guild boss here in STARSEED. So of course, do as much damage as you possibly can. All your guild mates will do the same, and then of course you guys will be rewarded. But I don't know, man. It doesn't really excite me. So coming on back to the home screen, you have a few more icons here. This little gameplay mode over here is basically your base. It houses dispatch modes and stuff like that. It's not even worth showing, so we're just gonna go ahead and skip that. You have little character stories and individual stories here as well. Pretty straightforward. You've definitely seen stuff like that before. Beyond that, there is an event going on at the moment called the Riot of ID. That one only has 1 day left, so don't really worry about that one. You have a new one called Skybound Trail. But when this event was live, right, when I was looking at this event, I knew that this game wasn't for me, because if you can't excite FG with a graffiti waifu, dude, what are you doing? It's like one of my favorite types of waifus. And that character, I was just like, not my favorite. But I'll go ahead and do a quick event stage here. Once again, pretty ho-hum backdrops. This is the event stages here. Beat up on the encounters, go as far as you possibly can, buy things out of the shop. Very straightforward, as you might imagine. Little diner here. Now, I will say they have a lot of variety when it comes to the backgrounds. I just think the backgrounds just kind of lack. We'll go with that. They just lack. And that is pretty much the entire game as it stands. I know this game was trying to do like some clever marketing where it says that you can get every single SSR in the game. Yes, you can. It is one of those types of games that every single day you log in, you will get an SSR. You'll get all the SSRs in the game. But again, remember, it's an idle game, so you're going to need a lot of dupes of these characters. So while it's cute to give everyone 1 copy of these SSRs, it doesn't really mean much, right? I think it's just some very, I don't want to say deceptive marketing, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But there you go. There goes the pop-up and graffiti banner here. I'll go ahead and let you guys see a full summon animation. And there we go. Oh no, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I like this waifu. Leave it to FG to be excited for the most generic character ever, even after all the trash he's been talking. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I got a soft spot for archer waifus. Leave me alone. Oh my god, that's so funny to me actually. Because I really looked at that character like, huh, I kind of like the way she looks. The game also has a plugin system, and I'll show you what my plugins are. Basically, these are special cards you can equip to characters. If you equip it to the character that's actually on the plugin, you also get bonuses. But hold on. Very straightforward, right? Again, nothing you haven't seen before. So that's gonna do it, my friends. A nice look at STARSEED. Like I said throughout this entire video, this game is not bad. It's not a bad game. I just think ultimately it doesn't do anything to differentiate itself from the competition. It's samey, it's forgettable, it's derivative. So why would you spend your time playing this when you can play pretty much anything else, especially considering that this game is a high possibility it's not really gonna be supported for very long. However, I will say, out of all the trash I've been talking this entire video, my favorite feature is the Instagram feed. All right, this is one thing Joy City did one innovative thing, right? Instead of getting like boring text messages from your characters like Hoyoverse games, you can scroll through your Instagram feed and you can even thirst trap like, you know what I'm saying? A little thirst, ain't no thirst trap right there. Let me see. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could leave my own message. I wish I could actually type something, you know what I'm saying? But oh, hey, brushing your teeth? So this feature is cool, right? This I like. Hopefully we see more of this. But outside of that, it's really hard for me to even recommend this game at all. So my name is FG, and I'm out.